Changing into a snake and going after all her neighbors was sweet, until she got caught by 7 security guards who thought they had caught a normal snake, but that snake was Janet, and they planned on using her to cook a pepper soup. Meanwhile, her husband was looking for her in the house at 3 a.m. This was the second time his wife had suddenly disappeared from the bed. "I can't take this anymore. That woman must leave my house when she returns from wherever she goes," Mr. Paul said. Well, Janet was inside the bag as a snake. She knew she could not allow the security men to use her for the pepper soup, and time was running out. She remembered that if she didn't change back into a human before 6 o'clock, she would remain a snake forever. The men took the snake to their checkpoint and put the bag on the ground. They were talking, discussing, and laughing. They didn't bother to check on the snake because they assumed it was not alive anymore. But Janet, the snake, silently used her teeth to tear the bag gently until she made a way for herself to crawl away from the men. The men never knew. They were focused on the road. The snake ran fast out of the spot. It headed straight towards Mr. Paul's home, passed through the window into the house, changed into a human, and went to meet her husband, who was angrily waiting for her. "Where were you coming from? It's 4 a.m. Can you tell me where you went this night?" he asked. "Honey, calm down. You know we've been struggling to have kids. I should have told you this earlier, but I've been having midnight prayers at the guest house alone. I am praying for us to have kids. I had to do this alone," Janet lied. "Be careful, oh. You can't just go out of bed at midnight without telling your husband. Do this one more time and you are packing out of my house," Mr. Paul said. The next morning, she was so angry with the security men who caught her and delayed her last night that by the next night, she changed into a snake and went out again. She finished all of them at their duty post and also went into 2 of her neighbors' homes, biting them until they passed away. She did all that because she was angry. Altogether, 2 neighbors and 7 security officers were confirmed gone by the next day by the community. This raised more fear among the other neighbors. Janet was behind it all. No one still understood why she didn't like her neighbors. After some weeks, something happened. Just like that, Janet's mother-in-law came and brought another woman to her son to marry as a second wife because she was tired of waiting for a grandchild, and it seemed like Janet could not give her a grandchild. "From today onwards, Sarah is going to be your second wife," the old woman said. But my husband never asked for a second wife. We hope that prayer would resolve my barrenness, not a second wife," Janet interrupted. "Close your mouth. Don't talk while I'm talking to my son. If you can't give me a grandchild, then Sarah will," her mother-in-law said, and left Sarah with them. Now Sarah would be living with them, but Janet didn't like that. She couldn't share her husband with another. She thought about changing into a snake and finishing Sarah, but another plan came to her mind. The first night Sarah slept in that house, all she saw was plenty snakes chasing her in her dreams. The second night, it got worse. She was not just seeing plenty snakes in her dreams, but even during the daytime. As long as she closed her eyes, she would see the snakes. And whenever she fell down while running away from them in her dreams, she would see the effect in real life. By this time, the house felt scary to her, and she just packed her bags and ran away without telling anyone her reasons. Meanwhile, it was Janet. She was the person who had invited her other snake friends and begged them to help her chase Sarah in her dreams. Yes, that's because Janet was not just a witch, but belonged to a snake group. She chased Sarah away instead of finishing her. Her real target was her neighbors, and she had a reason. But whoever tried her might become a target. Or her mother-in-law heard that Sarah, the new wife she brought for her son, had run away, and she thought it was Janet who quarreled with her. "I can come back to the city and I will make sure that your wife regrets her actions, because I know she must have said something to Sarah that made her leave." The question is, does her mother-in-law even know who she is really going against? I think she should be careful. To be continued.